Hello friends and family from around the world, this is Mike with Morning Dew, daily events worldwide, and we are on October 14th, 2021. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to the Daily Dew, where we have an update on space weather, world weather, earthquakes, volcanoes, anything else affecting humanity. Looking at the last 48 hours on the sun, pretty large plasma filament traveling across the surface of the sun. As well, we have that active sunspot region and an incoming sunspot region, and as well coronal holes to talk about. Small glitch in the D.E.W. Looking at last 48 hours incoming imagery, you can see there the large plasma filament traveling across the sun, across the coronal hole towards the sunspot, the cresting sunspot. Amazing images here. Solar Dynamics Observatory outgoing images. We did have a CME right there, coronal mass ejection from that large bright sunspot region. Looking at the multi-spectrum here, you can see all of the events, coronal holes, 3 sunspots, and 1 outgoing sunspot is the one that let go the CME northeastern parts of the sun there. Looking at 193 angstroms here. Dark regions on the sun are coronal holes. We have one that is in front of the cresting sunspot, northern parts, northwestern, and then we have a deepening coronal hole in the southern hemisphere, and it is growing towards an Earth-facing position. Looking at ISWA, Space Prediction Spiral, you can see the CME that was directed right at Mercury again, and as well Stereo B. And it looks like this CME will not hit Earth, as it was not Earth-directed. Looking at solar X-ray flux right now, we are in small B range. Just recently, a B-class flare. And as well, geomagnetic activity remains low. Real-time solar wind, we're hovering at 363 kilometers per second. Actually, we're steadily going down from about 400 kilometers per second. But we are definitely not seeing space weather effects anymore, but we do have some incoming as charged particles are increasing yet again. Schumann resonance for today, a power of 9. Kind of a hum across the planet. Power of 6.2, quality, amplitude of 8. Quick look here at LASCO 2, showing the CME in an outgoing position. And as well, don't mind that flash from an SDO glitch. But we're still expecting some space weather from the last event. We did have a C-class flare 2 days ago, and that is on its way right now. Looking at the last 24 hours for earthquakes across the planet, we're going to start out here with the largest, which was a 5.6 in Indonesia, right around the Kerinci volcano. Lakit at a 40-kilometer depth. As well, the Philippines seeing some action, 4.9, 10-kilometer depth, and as well Lamitan, Philippines, 140-kilometer depth. 4.7 here in Palu, Indonesia. 5.6 here at Port Oloroy, Vanuatu, 120-kilometer depth. And as well, our deepest earthquake the last 24 hours, a 4.6 here, 529-kilometer depth, south of Fiji Islands. This is a known region for deep earthquakes, and that is the deepest the last 24 hours. Hawaii has quieted down. Alaska seeing some increased activity. Largest seeing here, a 4.1, Rat Islands, Aleutian Islands, and as well a 3.3 here, Alaskan Peninsula. Just wanted to show you the last 24 hours across the USGS map. There's been about 60 earthquakes all around Anchorage and down into the Aleutian Islands. So small swarm was forecasted, and it is now occurring throughout Alaska, looking at about 280 earthquakes last 24 hours across the USGS map. 4.4 there, China, northeastern China, as well as 5.3 to reported southwest Indian Ridge. South America, pretty quiet today. 4.3, Copapilla, Chile, and as well Iquique, Chile, 3.9, and Peru with a 4.5. Pretty sizable 4.5 there in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Swarm coming back there. Continuing earthquakes through New Mexico. Minor seismicity across California, and as well just recently largest through the area, 3.6 earthquake being reported, Preston, Nevada. And that is the last 24 hours for earthquakes across the planet, except for La Palma, which we're seeing a lot of earthquakes recently. And just yesterday we saw a large 4.2, but we're seeing the earthquakes here in northeastern parts of the island and as well south. 2.6 there, 2.7 or 2.3 there. And around the eruption here, 4.2 earthquake reported 22 hours ago, just west of La Palma eruption. Now, there are 3 active fissures right now, and there are many holes here for many other fissures to open up. So, heads up and prayers for people of La Palma. This action does not seem to be stopping. It seems to be increasing, and even with the uplift in northern parts of the island, which I reported last Daily Do, or Volcanic Activity Report, I believe it was. But yeah, let's have a look at the last 7 days across the planet. I really wish that this app would include all of the EMSC earthquakes, but it does not. Looking across the planet right now, it's been a pretty quiet week, to say the least. We've only seen 4 large earthquakes, 6.0 and greater, but a lot of 4s and a lot of deep ones, even increasing activity into the northern plate up into Iceland. Wow, busy planet right now. And as well, busy volcano day. Let's have a look at the most recent volcanoes getting updated from Pacific Disaster Map. Suiza Najima in Japan, of course La Palma in Spain, Kerinci, Indonesia, Luwutolo, Indonesia, Fuego in Guatemala, Reventador, Ecuador, Sangay in Ecuador, Sabancaya in Peru, Semisnapochnoi, United States, Nevados de Ruiz, Colombia, Nevados de Chilean, and as well White Island, New Zealand volcano, Bagana, Popo, Semeru, Indonesia. So yeah, that's about 15 volcanoes getting updated today, October 14th, 2021. And we do have quite a big system that's just moving north into Canada right now. A high pressure ridge is building in, so watch for the weather to change here drastically over the next little bit. Now through South America, they're already seeing the storms as forecasted 2 days ago with Morning Dew, Daily Events Worldwide. Now Paraguay, Bolivia, and Brazil, I've seen some massive sizes in hailstones that are already falling. Now watch for more extreme weather to continue. Argentina border with Brazil over the next few days. 5-day forecast is showing a nasty situation developing. So thoughts and prayers going out to everybody worldwide being affected by extreme weather, as well earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, landslides, wildfires. Much love and prayers for humanity. I appreciate you all tuning in now. Over 40,000 people tuning in 197 countries worldwide. Thank you so much. Let's have a look at the 5-day forecast brought to you by Meteor Earth and as well Daily Events Worldwide, starting out here, home base, Ontario, Canada. And we've got some pretty warm temperatures right now, but watch for the cool down to begin. Big high pressure ridge developing over Colorado this week, and the cold temperatures are going to be coming, especially higher elevations. Looking at that system here is going to stretch weather right across eastern Canada. It's going to affect all of the provinces, the Atlantic provinces. And as well, we've got an atmospheric river of rain here heading into Vancouver, BC. Higher elevations through BC, seeing a lot of snow. Foothills will be seeing a lot of snow this week as well. And then watching the long range here, you could have a big winter storm developing Pacific Northwest and a strong, cold high-pressure ridge developing over Alberta. And here come the culprits. We've got some pretty intense low-pressure systems coming down from Russia and then Alaska. And then look at, this is Tropical Storm Pamela. That's right, this is the big system that's affected eastern Canada. It's heading straight towards the North Pole, overlooking Europe. Two pretty sizable low-pressure systems. One is bringing snow to parts of Eastern Europe, mostly countries along the shoreline here, Finland. But we've also got a big doozy of a system here developing for the United Kingdom. Going to bring in a lot of rain. Mediterranean here through Greece. Going to see some storms. And then a situation here developing in India. Now they've got it looks like a big system that moves up from the equator in this 5-day forecast, but they're going to see some intense, heavy rainfalls through parts of Mongolia this week, northern Pakistan, India, right up into those mountains. There's going to be some intense snow and rain, so heads up. Overlooking Japan, no major weather systems affecting you, no typhoons to talk about. Overlooking Australia, watch for that big low to move out of Victoria, but it brings some cool temperatures with it as it leaves. And then it will be heading towards New Zealand. And then watch parts of Western Australia. Big wave of moisture here coming from a low pressure system just south of you. Other than that, no major weather events to talk about. Hawaii, daily evaporation rains, no hurricanes to talk about. Overlooking South America here, this is what I was talking about. Pretty big system here. When you see the dark blues and the purples, that means we're going to see some torrential downpours with most likely a lot of hail. Overlooking Africa, no major weather events to talk about there either, except for cooler temperatures moving into parts of South Africa. Could see snow in higher elevations there, a little bit of white popping up, but nothing major. Going to leave you here looking at the southern hemisphere versus the northern for the next 5 days, watching these large systems gain momentum, southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere. Stay aware and prepared, stay young and have fun, and get your morning dew. Thanks for watching today. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.